Good morning, everyone. It's Gale Bates from mymentorbiz.com, and we are back with the Monday Minute Team Building Series. And I'm so happy to be here today because it's been quite a weekend for us here in Hawaii. Many of you probably heard we had an alert on our cell phones on Saturday that said, there's a missile coming, take shelter, this is not a drill, okay? And so we had to really think about life for 30 minutes on whether we were going to live through it or not. So my advice to all of you is to be prepared in your life and make sure you love and hug your loved ones today, okay? Anyway, let's get back to, hey Cheryl, how are you? Glad you're here today. Hope it's not too cold for you in Wyoming. Okay, so today we're talking about, I have a brand new series and it's called the 8-Step Party Success Process, because I am so, what's the word I'm looking for? I just really want to make sure that you do not forget, with all of the online Facebook parties going on today, you do not forget the steps and the way that you do a in-home party with a hostess, because I really feel an in-home party with a hostess is one of the best ways for you to grow your business faster, build it stronger, build it deeper. And if you're only doing Facebook parties or online parties, you're missing out on building amazing relationships with people and are actually leaving money on the table. But there are 3 reasons, and I have written them up here for you, and I hope you can see them here, that I say the benefits of an in-home party with a hostess is, number 1 is you get to have those face-to-face relationships with the hostess, with the guests, where you are actually building that relationship faster and you're building that relationship more authentically, because people actually get to know you faster because they're there right in front of you. You're having that one-on-one, face-to-face connection with them. So it's really, really important to help you build your business faster. The second reason is your guests actually get to touch and feel the products. They get to learn about the solutions of your products by being right there with you, sharing that with them in the moment live, where they get to touch and feel, ask you a question right then, and it happens in the moment. That's faster in their decision making to buy the product, okay? And of course, the third reason is that checkout magic. The checkout is where you build and deepen that relationship, and you really get to know somebody, and you know whether she's a prime prospect. But overall, if you're doing a party, and I would say 6 parties a month, at least 1 a week, okay, in front of, with a hostess, and you have 6 to 8 guests that you're actually talking to, you're building the relationship with them, you're face-to-face with them, they're touching and trying your products, you're getting to build that and deepen that relationship, and that checkout magic where they buy the products, try the products. That 6 times 8 people is 48 people. If you're doing 6 parties a month, you're in front of 48 people every month, where you are able to determine whether they are a prospect for your business. And that's what builds your business faster. But today I want to go through, I'm not going to go through, this is a series, so what we're going to go through is, today we're going to go through the first 2 steps of the 8-step party success, okay? And I want you to pay attention to these. So number 1 thing I want you to know is that, Facebook can go away tomorrow. So if you are not doing any in-home parties, you're losing that skill. And again, that's a skill I want you to make sure your team members really know how to build those relationships face-to-face with people, having that in-home party with the hostess. So keep reminding them about that, okay? Number 2, you could have a nuclear attack like we had, and all the internet and everything goes down. So, having that skill of interacting with people is really important. But most of all, it builds your business faster and stronger. Now, here's the thing about hostess coaching. Let's go over this. As a leader, you never, ever want to stop coaching your team about hostess coaching. Never let your guard down about that. You always want to be mentioning it in your team Facebook group. You always want to be mentioning it in your weekly newsletter or your weekly update in your emails. When you're talking with them or coaching with them, mention hostess coaching and go back on it. I knew myself, if I had a party and it didn't go so well, I reassessed my hostess coaching. How did I do with that? Okay. And always, every time I go, yes, if I said that to the hostess, well, I did this with the hostess, it would have been better. So pay attention to that. So a successful party starts with and ends with successful hostess coaching, okay? So I really just want to share with you 3 tips today on hostess coaching that I want to make sure that you're doing. And basically, it's just 3 connects. If you're not connecting with that hostess 3 times before the party, and I have specific times, the first time is within 24 to 48 hours when she says she'll book, okay? That means you're following up right away. Sometimes people don't get back to them for a week. I'm surprised at that because they've lost interest, okay? So within 24 to 48 hours is the first connect. And that's basically about the wish list, what's in it for her, and the guest list, getting her started on the guest list and letting her know how fun this party is going to be and giving her a little outline of what's going to happen. But making sure you are talking about what's in it for her, making sure you go over her wish list and what she's going to get for free excites her to want to get ready and invite her guests and get going on this event with the both of you together. The second connect is all about the guest list and confirming the guests, okay? And we have a whole list of questions we go through that we ask the hostess as well. And you'll find that, actually in Pinterest I have that. If you're looking for those hostess questions, go to my Pinterest account. But so it's important that midway call, you don't want to miss it, okay? Getting the right people to the party, getting them to confirm to the party and come to the party is the best way to work with your hostess. And the third connect is just the day before, making sure life happens like it happened to us. It's Saturday morning at 8 o'clock where we got the drill. There is no drill. There is a missile coming. Life happens. So you need to connect the day before and make sure that everything is still on with her, okay? So that's hostess coaching. Of course, I do have a free handout for you today. If you look at the link that's with this live video today, you can go there and you can download it. It's an assessment test on what you're doing with hostess coaching. Share that with your teams, okay? Get them thinking about having an in-home party with a hostess and really working on strengthening those skills so that they're building and deepening relationships with people. It will make a difference in their business, believe me, okay? So the second tip, each week in the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be talking about 2 of the tips. So the second tip I'm talking about today is called arrival and setup. And this is just being prepared. But when you arrive at your party, and of course you're going to greet your hostess and you're going to really build that relationship with her, your focus right in the beginning before anybody gets there is to set up 3 areas, okay? Making sure that you're prepared to set up 3 areas. This is being organized. I'll tell you, my top seller who sold over $10,000 a month always did these 3 things, and because I showed her how to do it, and she was extremely organized because sometimes she did 3 parties in one day. So she knew exactly what she needed to do in her organization for her in-home party. So the first area you want to set up is where your display is going, okay? You have beautiful products. You want to make sure they are set out and displayed for, as the guests come in, they get to take a look at them. They get to peruse them. So having that display is really important. It kind of is your decoration of, and it kind of gives people the tone of who you are when they see a beautiful display of the products. So make sure your display is really eye-catching, and there's some different view planes for them to look at. There's a real way to do that, and I usually worked with my team members at my team meeting on how we did our displays at our parties. Okay, so the second area you want to set up with your hostess is, and talk to your hostess, where would be a great place for me to do this demonstration? So for me with fashion, sometimes we do it in the living room. Sometimes she'd say, no, I want to do it in the bedroom. Or sometimes we do it in her dining room or somewhere in her house that she thought would be the best place. So you want to make sure that's works for you and your hostess, okay? But then you know where you're going to do the demonstration. You can get set up, you can get your brochures out, you can get your catalogs out, you can get everything ready that for the guests when they arrive, okay? And of course, the third area is the magic area of the checkout. Now, checkout is key at an in-home party. You want to make sure you have a place for checkout where there are 2 chairs, okay? And they could be sitting at a dining room table. They could be sitting at a kitchen table. They could be 2 stools at a bench. But making sure that your checkout is away from where the rest of the group are hanging out. And it's a quiet place where the 2 of you get to talk. That's where the magic comes in with checkout, where you get to get the sale, ask for the booking, and determine if this person is a prospect for you to hand her your recruiting packet. Now, this is a system. This is steps to success. It's proven, okay? These are the steps that truly build your business faster. So I know Facebook parties, and I have a great step process for Facebook parties as well. But as I said, I don't want you to lose the skill of having an in-home party with a hostess and develop those strong relationships with them. So I also want you to know that in my direct sales planner this year, we have a great hostess coaching checklist worksheet in there. So if you have the planner, make sure you're using that worksheet as well. Okay, everybody. Well, hey, Bryn, glad you're here today. Dee, hello, Dee. Glad you're here today as well. And Sam, great to see you. If anybody has a question, they could just leave me a message right there. I can answer it. If I don't answer it now, I'll answer it later. But this is the Monday Minute Team Building Tip, where we are building strong and million-dollar teams that help others, that really makes a difference for others, because that's what we do in direct sales, right? We make a difference for others as leaders, helping team members build their confidence, build their self-esteem. It's a fantastic industry. So thank you all for being here today. Next week, we're going to be talking, next week on Monday, I come back here every Monday at about 1 or 1:30. And next week, we're going to be talking about your power intro at your live in-home parties with your hostess. And we're also going to be talking about your wow demonstration and how you can wow the guests and how we have everybody who are at that party clamoring to order from you because they are so excited about your wow demonstration. So have a wonderful Monday, everybody. Aloha from Hawaii that is still here, okay? And I'll see you next Monday. Bye.